What are the economic fallout of natural disasters in the United States? Natural disasters, hurricanes, wildfires, floods, and tornadoes, are part of the American reality. But beyond the immediate devastation they cause, their economic fallout can last for years. The United States experiences some of the world's most expensive disasters, with events like Hurricane Katrina, the California wildfires, and Hurricane Ian each causing damages worth tens or even hundreds of billions of dollars. When a disaster strikes, infrastructure collapses, homes are destroyed, businesses close, and supply chains freeze. This not only affects local communities but also ripples across the national economy through higher insurance premiums, inflation in construction materials, and reduced productivity. The government and private sector both play critical roles in managing these crises. Federal relief programs such as FEMA provide emergency funding, but taxpayers ultimately bear a portion of the cost. Meanwhile, insurance companies struggle to cover escalating claims, which often leads to higher premiums nationwide. In states like Florida and California, some insurers have even withdrawn from the market altogether due to repeated natural catastrophes. The rebuilding phase, while creating temporary jobs in construction, can take years, delaying economic recovery and deepening inequality, especially for lower-income families who lack adequate savings or insurance. On a broader scale, natural disasters can also impact national GDP growth. When production halts in major industries such as energy, agriculture, or tourism, billions in economic output can vanish overnight. Ports close, crops fail, and consumer confidence drops. In 2023 alone, the United States faced over 25 separate billion-dollar disasters, according to NOAA data. That means, on average, every 2 weeks, a new event was reshaping local economies and testing the resilience of United States infrastructure. These constant disruptions make it clear that natural disasters are no longer isolated events, they are a structural economic challenge. However, there's another side to this story. Rebuilding also drives innovation. The growing demand for resilient infrastructure, renewable energy, and climate adaptation technology has given rise to new industries and jobs. For example, companies specializing in flood-resistant housing, wildfire prevention, and disaster modeling are expanding rapidly. Federal investments in green infrastructure not only aim to protect communities but also stimulate local economies. In this way, every disaster, while tragic, can accelerate change toward a more sustainable and prepared nation. For Americans, the takeaway is clear: disaster preparedness isn't just about survival, it's about economic security. Having proper insurance coverage, an emergency fund, and awareness of local risks can make the difference between recovery and financial ruin. Communities that invest in resilience, through improved zoning, early warning systems, and sustainable development, recover faster and stronger. The challenge for the next decade is to balance short-term rebuilding with long-term climate adaptation. The future of the United States economy may depend on how well the nation learns to not only rebuild after disasters but to anticipate and prevent their worst effects. Another major factor in understanding the economic fallout of natural disasters is how they reshape migration patterns across the United States. When hurricanes devastate coastal towns or wildfires ravage western states, millions of Americans are forced to relocate temporarily or permanently. These population shifts have deep economic consequences. Housing demand spikes in safer regions, rents increase, and local job markets must quickly adapt to an influx of new residents. For instance, after Hurricane Katrina in 2005, hundreds of thousands of residents left Louisiana, and many never returned. Cities like Houston saw both economic booms and social challenges as they absorbed displaced populations. Today, similar migration trends are emerging from wildfire-prone areas of California and flood-prone regions of Florida. Natural disasters also have a profound effect on the national labor market. In the immediate aftermath, thousands of workers lose jobs due to damaged facilities or destroyed small businesses. However, the rebuilding phase brings new employment opportunities, particularly in construction, engineering, and emergency management. This creates what economists call a reconstruction paradox. While disasters cause severe short-term losses, they can temporarily boost employment in recovery sectors. Yet this is not sustainable growth, it's reactive. The long-term solution lies in creating resilient infrastructure that minimizes these disruptions in the first place. The financial system also feels the shockwaves of natural disasters. Local banks and credit unions often face surges in loan defaults when borrowers lose homes or jobs, leading to tighter credit conditions. Meanwhile, federal and state governments may accumulate significant debt through disaster relief programs, increasing fiscal pressure. For example, after major hurricanes or wildfires, billions in federal disaster aid are distributed, sometimes delaying other key investments in education, infrastructure, or healthcare. This cycle of destruction and recovery becomes an expensive pattern, one that economists and policymakers are now trying to break through proactive planning and climate adaptation strategies. On a corporate level, businesses across the United States are learning that natural disasters can disrupt global supply chains in unexpected ways. A single flood or hurricane can halt production at a critical factory, delay shipments, or raise prices nationwide. For example, when Texas faced an unprecedented winter storm in 2021, power outages halted manufacturing plants, causing shortages in microchips and construction materials across the country. This demonstrated how local weather events can ripple through the global economy. As a result, many United States companies are investing in backup systems, diversified suppliers, and renewable energy to reduce vulnerability to such shocks. Finally, as climate change continues to intensify these events, economists predict that the United States will face rising annual disaster costs, potentially exceeding $200 billion per year by 2040 if no major resilience investments are made. However, this challenge also presents a massive opportunity. Building smarter cities, improving disaster forecasting, and transitioning to cleaner energy could save trillions in future damages while creating millions of new jobs. For individuals, the best strategy is awareness and preparation. Knowing your local risks, securing proper insurance, investing in energy-efficient housing, and supporting sustainable policies that strengthen community resilience. America's future prosperity will depend not only on how it rebuilds from disasters but on how it prevents them from defining its economic destiny. Practical tips for Americans: protecting your finances and future from natural disasters. First, understand your personal risk. Every region of the United States faces its own natural threats: hurricanes in the Gulf Coast, tornadoes in the Midwest, wildfires in the West, and blizzards or floods in the Northeast. Visit government sites like ready.gov or the FEMA Flood Map Service Center to see if your home is in a high-risk area. Awareness is the first step in prevention. Once you know your risks, you can make smarter choices about where to live, what type of insurance to buy, and how to prepare financially. Second, review your insurance coverage carefully. Many Americans assume their homeowner's insurance covers everything, but it often doesn't include flood or earthquake damage. Specialized policies might cost more but can save your financial future. According to FEMA, just 1 inch of floodwater in your home can cause over $25,000 in damage. Consider bundling insurance plans and setting up automatic payments to avoid missed premiums. Third, build an emergency savings fund specifically for disaster-related expenses. Experts recommend at least 3 to 6 months of essential living costs, but even a smaller amount helps. Keep some funds accessible, not all in digital accounts, since power outages or system failures can temporarily block ATM or card access. If you live in high-risk areas, consider keeping copies of important documents, insurance papers, IDs, and financial records in waterproof containers or cloud storage. Fourth, make your home more resilient. Small upgrades like installing storm shutters, reinforcing your roof, or trimming nearby trees can reduce damage significantly. States like Florida and California even offer tax incentives or grants for homeowners who invest in disaster-resistant materials or energy-efficient improvements. Renters can also take simple steps, such as securing heavy furniture and keeping emergency kits ready, to stay safe during emergencies. Fifth, diversify your income and assets. Disasters can cause job loss or business interruption. Having multiple income streams, such as freelancing, remote work, or small online ventures, can give you stability when local economies are disrupted. If you invest, consider companies or funds that prioritize sustainability and climate resilience. These sectors are expected to grow strongly over the next decades. Lastly, stay informed and connected. Sign up for local emergency alerts, follow your city's disaster management office on social media, and know where nearby shelters or evacuation routes are. Community resilience starts with personal preparedness. Volunteering for local emergency response groups or neighborhood safety programs can also make a big difference, not only for others but for your own peace of mind. Natural disasters may be inevitable, but financial and social devastation don't have to be. With preparation, awareness, and smart planning, Americans can turn vulnerability into resilience, protecting not only their homes and families but also the long-term strength of the nation's economy. The economy affects everyone, including you. But do you actually understand it? For example, why do prices keep rising? Why are some countries rich while others stay poor? Why does your paycheck never seem to be enough? What can you do, personally, to change your financial future? This ebook is exactly what you've been looking for. Understanding Economy: How You Can Improve Your Life is an excellent must-read book to help you improve your life. What this ebook will teach you: how the global economy actually works, in simple and practical language. The real reasons behind inflation, poverty, inequality, and wealth. The truth about capitalism, socialism, government spending, and taxes. Why some people escape poverty, and how you can too. How to start your own business, manage money wisely, and protect yourself in tough times. Why crime, corruption, and bad leadership destroy a nation's economy, and what honest people must do. Why sustainability matters, and how a strong economy can exist with a healthy planet. The secrets behind economy, cost of living, interest rates, and personal wealth building. How to take control of your financial life, no matter where you start from. And much more. Many people are buying this ebook to better understand how the economy works, and thus improving their lives. This is not a boring academic textbook full of formulas. It's a practical guide written by me who believes that economic knowledge can empower everyday people. This ebook has about 480 pages, explained in a simple way so that everyone can understand economics. This ebook is perfect for you. Can you please buy this ebook and at the same time strengthen this channel? It's very cheap. You will learn how the economy works and how you can benefit. The purchase link is https://bit.ly/understanding-economy. The link is in the description below this video. Learn economics through this book, take control of your future, and help others too. A small investment that will transform how you think, act, and thrive. Don't just survive the economy, understand it, and use it to totally benefit you. Could you please buy the ebook, like this video, write your comments, and watch the other videos of this channel? Thank you very much for watching this video.